It was a mixture of both. I feel like that film session, a lot of guys were talking, but the good thing, a lot of guys were talking about the defense. We wasn't really focused on the offense. Offense come and goes, but we realized that defensively, our effort, helping each other out wasn't there. So that was the biggest key.
So, DeMarre, there's a lot of discussion during the film session. Would that be a different one, or was it once where there's talking?
No, it's not. It's not rare. It happens. Like I told you yesterday, a heated film session can go either way. It can either be really good or it can be really bad. And for us, it's been really good. I think guys are understanding. We got to help each other on the defensive end, and if we can do it on the defensive end, it leads to easy offense, and that's how we got to play, especially playing against this Milwaukee team.
Hey, DeMarre, what makes you guys think you won't repeat the mistakes of last year's 2 Game 6s this year?
What makes me think that just hopefully we learn a lesson. You can't. We don't want to come back home and try to take care of this, athletic, long Milwaukee team. We want to try to take care of them on the road. It's going to be a hostile environment. We got to sustain their first punch. They're going to come out. They might hit a bunch of shots early, but we got to sustain it and hopefully do what we did the last time we was there.
You didn't sustain it very well the first time there.
No, we
First
didn't.
quarter got out of control quickly. What changed between that and the second game on the court early in the start?
I think the biggest thing is, to give the coaches credit, we changed the pace up. We looked at the film, we looked like we was moving in slow motion. Because I don't know if we were just trying to get into offense or plays, but now we're just playing. We're not really running too much offense. We're just playing basketball. And whoever gets it, they're just putting their hair down and trying to get to the goal.
Was that the first time in the playoffs where you really felt like the offense was what you guys were in the regular season? You guys were top 10 offense in the regular season.
Yeah, I felt like the ball was moving crazy. Like, everything was a rhythm. Swing, and you're going to get the shot rather than, jump up in the air and throw a last-second shot to somebody and they got to throw it up. So it was more of swing, get off the ball, double team. It was a lot of movement, and that's how we got to play, man. I always learned, growing up, the ball moved way faster than you dribbling it. So that's how we got to play, and we can't convert back to that pound the ball. We got to kind of move it around.
And you talked about how last night with guys making shots that allowed Kyle and DeMarre to trust you guys more.
Yeah.
How productive is that? Like, how good can this team be if that happens?
I think it's a two-way street. Cal and DeMarre, they trusted us, and we got to knock down our shots. So I think everybody has to look in the mirror and do their part. We can't say Cal and DeMarre don't pass the ball if we're not making shots. And then they can't say we passing the ball if they're not passing it. So I think we just got to – it's a two-way street, and we got to keep moving the ball. I think it felt good yesterday. A lot of guys are involved. So – but, some games, Cal and DeMarre, they're going to be Cal and DeMarre, all-stars. They're going to score 30 or 40. But, most games than none, they're going to need us role players to step up like a lot of us did last night.
DeMarre, you're 5 games in. How much more do you know about Antetokounmpo now than you did going into game 1? How much better do you feel you know him?
I feel I know him pretty well, but he's so long athletic. He's an elite transition player, so that's where he get all his points. I don't think he shot a jumper last night. All his points was in the paint. So we just got to do a better job of not letting him get those easy looks in transition. We might just have to, foul him hard, make him earn at the free throw line, but we can't just keep letting him get layups after layups after layups.
You guys gave him tons of respect coming in. Is there anything that he's done that actually surprised you?
No. Everything he's done, we've seen it all year. Athletic. Everything's in the paint. Not too much outside of the paint. I think the game 3 when he was hitting a couple of threes and jumpers, that kind of surprised us. But, we would rather him do that than him just laying the ball in and dunking it every 5 seconds.
You guys have tried to foul him hard, but he seems to get through that finish anyway. That kind of strength that he
yeah, he's pretty strong.
Lock him up, and you can't lock him up.
Yeah, he's he's pretty strong, and he coming so fast. It's kind of hard, but we just got to do a good job of wrapping him up and making him go to the free throw line and beating us from the free throw line.
Are you pretty confident right now? Like, I mean, as confident as you can be with a guy as athletic as that you kind of have him somewhat under control?
Yeah. I think myself, PJ, and I think we've been doing a great job of making him beat us. And a lot of guys, I think it's been a group effort of coming over and helping us once he get past us, the initial pass us. So we're pretty confident. I think we just got to slow other guys down like Brogdon and Snell. But, he's the head of the snake, so it's our job to try to stop him.
Everybody knew that they play this trapping defense, and you guys knew it coming into game one. But has there been a rhythm to not only knowing it, but to understanding how it works and being able to figure it out on the fly as the series is going on?
Yeah, I think it's more spacing now. I think we're well spaced now. Before we was all congested, guys was on top of each other. Our bigs was setting picks and popping on top of guards. So I think we're more spaced now, guys. And they're so athletic and long, you throw the ball to the corner, 2 steps, they're there. So I think we're more spaced and we're moving the ball with more zip and more rhythm. So it's allowing us to have easy and open shots now.
Is this the most adaptable offense you guys have had in this era, where you have more and more guys who can do things?
Yeah, I feel like it's this offense, especially the starting unit, we're moving the ball and guys can make plays. Like, every guy can make a play, so I feel like that's really helped us. And we're ripping and running. We're not slowing the ball down, the slow pace. And give Coach credit. He's not really calling no plays. He's just letting us go and letting us play basketball. And I think that's been the key to this series.
That wasn't really your habit in the regular season, though, right? Like, you guys.
No, we was slow it down, run the play, But then they wasn't trapping DeMarre and Cal. But now they are. So when you run a play, they know every play. And that's the playoffs. We study each other to the T. And I feel like that's what they did. They studied us to the T. We studied them to the T. So now it's all about just playing basketball.
DeMarre, based on that, you guys won game 5 versus game 4, more on your defense, game 5 with your offense. Have you figured them out, or is it still a game-to-game?
Still a game-to-game adjustment. Jason Kidd is a great coach. And people forget he played for Coach Casey. So he kind of understands them a little bit. And he's coached against them in the playoffs before. So, he's a great coach. Of course, he's going to make adjustments. So we got to be ready for the adjustments this next game. But at the end of the day, I think if we just come out and play how we played the last game and play hard and move the ball, we're hard to beat.
Last year, because you went 7, and the way the schedule lined up, it was like you're playing every other night almost for more than a month. How much did that take out of you as the playoffs went along? Look back, and how important is it, I guess, to sort of win early and get those off days?
It takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you physically and mentally. Going to 7 games, the pressure of the game 7, trying to close out a team. Every shot counts. So that's the mental part. But then physically, nicks and that and bruises, we got a couple of guys banged up right now. Kyle's back and, other guys banged up. So I think in our best interest is to go down here and treat this like a game 7 and hopefully come up with the win because, guys need time off to recuperate. And I feel like we should understand that more now than we did last year.
Do you think that's kind of a mark of a mature team in a way to kind of not always let things go to the last minute and take care of things when the first opportunity arises?
Yeah, that's a sign of a team growing up. And I feel like last year it was all new to us, but this year we know, and we got a lot of guys who's back and who understand that we don't want to go to Game 7, and you don't want that pressure. So, especially with this Milwaukee team, who knows how they come out and play. So we got to take care of them when we go to Milwaukee.
Did you find that at all against Cleveland last year? They had so many off days in the playoffs. They were so rested. Now they're sitting at home waiting for the winner of this series.
Yeah. When we saw them, it was like we hit a brick wall, You know, we fought and fought all we could, and we was tired. Our legs were tired. We were missing shots. We wasn't playing with that zip like we normally play with. So, you know, hopefully we can win Game 6, and we can have a couple of days off, and we can be fresh for Cleveland.
How much would that help
Closing
you?
out, sorry, as far as closing out a team Game 6, I mean, how much will experience help the Raptors, you think?
A lot. You know, I think experience is the biggest teacher, and I feel like it should help us a lot. If we don't understand it now, we're never going to understand it. Game 6 is a must-win for us, we feel like. And Coach said it. We enjoyed it to midnight. Guys are in there working. We understand that going down to Milwaukee, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a hostile environment, and we're going to have to do it together as a group. So we understand the importance of this game.
How much would it help to have those extra few days to have a chance to sit down and look at Cleveland and formulate a game plan? If you guys go to 7, you're looking at 1 day off, and you're playing game 1.
It's going to help a lot. You know, the game plan for them, and like I said before, get guys rest, get guys treatment. This game is big, and it's going to be really big for us. So that's how our mindset going into it. Nobody was laughing and joking when we went in the locker room. You know, guys were still like, we still got one more game, and that's a sign of a mature team.
How would you rank the crowd down in Milwaukee? I mean, they were loud.
Wow, yeah. I got to give Milwaukee credit because I did not expect that. They was really loud, especially at Game 3. It was like they was all black, so it was crazy. So, you know, it's gonna be like that for Game 6, and we got to be ready for it. I think that caught us off guard too, seeing that crowd, because we wasn't expecting Milwaukee. We play there regular season every year, twice a year, and we wasn't expecting that. So I think we'll be ready this time.
DeMarre, what comes to mind when you think back to the first time you worked out or were in a training camp session with Norm Powell, and how has your view of him as a player changed in the time, the couple of seasons you spent with him since?
Norm is a pesky player. You know, he plays hard. He works hard. He works at his craft every day. You know, he understands being a professional. You know, might play some games, might not play some games. You know, it's the growing pain of being a rookie and a second-year player. So he understands that. But, you know, the sky's the limit for the kid. He's been playing really well for us. He had a big game for us last night. And he understands that this series, we need his athleticism, his driving to the basket. And that's why he's so good, because he understands and he's a professional. He don't take a day for granted.
Has he changed in any ways from the guy you first interacted with?
Nah, he's been the same. But, you know, Masai does a good job of bringing in, I guess, 4-year players. I think that's his thing. You know, if you look at his track record, he always bringing in mature guys who've been in college for 4 years, who understands, not a one-and-done guy. He always bring in 4-year guys, and it just shows maturity. So a lot of guys like Norm and DeLon, they come in, and Fred, they come in already mature, you know, going through classes and getting their degrees and things. So they're mature on a lot of levels. So I think Norm hasn't changed. He's still the same mature guy he was when he came in from college.